Well, hello, boys and ghouls. You're in the machine, and this is the spooky Halloween yoga flow. What makes it so spooky? Well, keep watching, if you dare. What'd I tell you? Freaky as heck out here. We got a couple of jack-o'-lanterns to scare off evil spirits, a big venomous Halloween spider, some kind of a tiny ghost baby, little skulls, and I don't know what that is behind me, but it's starting to scare me, so let's get started. Cross-legged, spooky, Indian style, on your mat. A couple of deep breaths to get started through the nose, as always. You can push them out your mouth if you want, but once we're started, seal your lips and use your nose. Big inhale. Big spooky inhale. Big exhale. One more. Big inhale. Fill up your chest. Fill up your stomach. Big exhale. One more. Biggest breath of the day. And there it is. Let's seal the lips. Yeah, you knew this was coming. Cats, Halloween cats and cows. Find your way to the middle of the mat on all fours, tabletop. Hands under shoulders, knees under hips. Big inhale for the Halloween cow. Big exhale. Halloween cow. You can even hiss if you want to get into it. Inhale, cow. Exhale, spooky, ticked off Halloween cat. Separate the shoulders, push away from the mat, round the back. Big inhale. Big exhale. A few more of these just to get the spine moving front to back. When you think you're high enough, give it one more push. Inhale, cat. Exhale, cow. How about two more all the way through? Big inhale, push the mat, big exhale. Big inhale, big exhale. Let's take the left hand and reach way over to the corner of the mat and push our left hip back. Little side body stretch, moving the spine right to left. And we'll switch it out, left hand down, reach the right hand up to the left side of the mat, push the right hip back, little side body stretch. And back to tabletop. Let's engage that core, curl the toes, just float it, just for a second, like a spooky floating Halloween table. And set it down. One more time. You find when you engage the core here, this gets a lot easier. So engage and then push away, slight lift. And hips up, push back, bear pose with a little bit of movement. Find the space, the distance between your hands and your feet that's just ideal for your down dog, because that's what's coming next. It's actually a down werewolf today. Hips up, legs straight, push. Drop the heels. Remember, the first down dog tends to feel kind of cruddy if we're tight, but that's okay. It'll feel better later, I promise. Heels may not be flat to the mat, but we're driving them in that direction at all times. A little bit of unorganized movement. Wiggle the hips. Find some stillness when you can, and feel that tightness, maybe in your back, probably in your calves and your hamstrings. Make a mental note of that and see if it doesn't feel a little better toward the end of our practice. Let's bend our knees and let's walk them on up. Feet mat width, hands hanging, head hanging, kind of like a zombie fold. Head is heavy, hands can go where they want. Remember to breathe. And nice and slow, rising up to a spooky mountain. Feet together, quads engaged, pelvis neutral, shoulders up, back and down, palms face the front. Find this position because we're going to use it everywhere in yoga. Even a handstand is a mountain upside down. So shoulders together, shoulder blades together, shoulders down off the ears, spine relatively straight. Neutral pelvis, that's a posterior tilt. Inhale, up. Big breath, exhale, forward fold. As low as you can go for now. It'll get lower, I promise. Inhale, half lift. Exhale, fold again. And inhale, rise all the way up, reach. Exhale, hands through heart center, back to mountain pose. Let's do one more of these and then we'll do some sun sals. Inhale, up. Exhale, forward fold with a flat back. Until you can't be flat anymore, then let it round. Then inhale, half lift. Exhale, forward fold. And inhale all the way up. All right. Exhale, hands through heart center, mountain pose. And a couple of sun sals. Inhale. Exhale, forward fold, hinging at the hips, reach the mat and half lift as you inhale. Bend the knees, plant the palms, stepping it back to a plank. Let's engage that plank, set it up first. Pelvis is still neutral. That means it's going to look like you're tucking your buns down a little bit. Shift it forward. Nice and easy, chaturanga. You can press your knees to the mat if that helps. But if not, hover it just for a minute. Flip the toes. Inhale, up dog. Exhale, down dog. Settle it in. Remember to breathe. Find some stillness. And let's walk it up right side first. Step, step. Half lift with a flat back. Forward fold. Inhale all the way up. Exhale, hands through heart center. Find mountain pose again. If you lost any of your alignment, take this chance to set it up and inhale up. Exhale, forward fold. Low as you can go, then round the back. Inhale, half lift. Exhale, bend the knees, plant the palms, stepping it back. Find your plank, set it up first, shift a little bit. Hovering, floating, chaturanga, up dog. Knees off the mat, quads are still engaged. And down dog. Find some stillness, should start to feel a little bit better here as far as the tension goes. And when you're ready, left leg steps it up. Followed by the right. Half lift. Exhale, forward fold. Inhale all the way up. Hands through heart center as you exhale, finding mountain pose. And let's warm it up with a little vinyasa. Are you ready? Are you scared? If you are, just turn it off. I won't blame you. Inhale up. Exhale, forward fold. Reach to the mat. Half lift, bend the knees, plant the palms, stepping it back again. Shift, chaturanga, up dog, down dog. And when you're ready, inhale, right leg up. Keep the hips square to the mat. Don't open them yet. Shift and step it through. Plant that right foot between your hands. Little runner's lunge here. Nice and easy, typical flow. Not a lot to it, so you can focus on the movements in your body instead of trying to memorize something. Stabilize the front foot. Engage the quads, back leg straight, reach up nice and easy. Anjaneyasana, crescent lunge. As low as is comfortable for now. Back leg is straight, feet wide enough that you're not wobbly. Arms up, shoulders over hips. Setting that back heel down. And warrior A. When you're ready, open it up. Warrior B. Reach, reverse, reverse warrior. And side angle. If you need the support, that's cool. If you want to reach, that's also cool. Opposite arm up. Pay no attention to the spooky raven crowing in the background. Or it could be a rooster. You gotta use your imagination. Plant your left, reach your right, revolve side angle. Frame the foot, stepping it back through the flow from high to low. Finding down dog again. And let's do it on the other side. Left leg lift as you inhale. Keep the hips pretty square. Shift and crunch, stepping it through, setting it down. Little runner's lunge, back and forth. Remember to breathe. Let's engage, set it up, stabilize the front leg. Both quads are working, and nice and slow, rise up. Crescent lunge. Arms up, shoulders over hips, back leg straight. And spin that foot, warrior A. When you're ready, open it up, warrior B. Reach and reverse. And side angle. Maybe this first one on this side, you want to rest it. Maybe you want to reach it. Whatever you do, it's cool. Keep the shoulders off the ears. Sometimes we jam up in this spot, but keep them where they go. Scapula together, depress down the back. Reach down. As you look down, plant left arm up. Revolve side angle. Look down again, frame that foot, stepping it back through the flow from high to low. Down dog. And right side again. Shift, plant, reach and rise. When you're ready, spin the back foot, warrior A. Try to keep the shoulders forward, the hips will follow. Now open them up, warrior B. Reach, reverse, stay in the lunge. Exhale, side angle. Shoulders down off of ears. Look down, reach down, plant, turn. Keep your knee tucked in, don't let it spin with you. And stepping it back, chaturanga. Up dog or cobra. Cobra is kind of spooky. And down dog. Left side, inhale up. Exhale, setting it down. Rise up, nice and easy. Crescent. Spin the back foot, only the foot. Warrior A. Open it up. Warrior B, shoulders over hips. Reverse, but stay in the lunge. Side angle. Arms in opposite directions. Look down, reach down. Revolve. Look down, frame that foot. Stepping it back through the flow from high to low. Inhale. Exhale, down dog. Give ourselves a little break. We're gonna find Yogi Squat. So get there however you want. I'm gonna hop, cause I'm cool. I'm gonna face you guys, cause I'm such a good teacher. Hips low, total compression of the hips and the knees. So if you have to be up off your hips with low heels, that's cool. If you have to be up off your heels with low hips, that's cool. Hopefully you don't need both. If so, see a doctor or something. No, just kidding. Not every pose is for everybody. Let's settle in here though. Feel yourself getting heavier, more rooted to the mat. Catch your breath. Your spine is straight, probably not vertical, and we're not trying to be all crunched up right now. Shoulders off of ears, elbows in between thighs, feet as wide and as turned out as you need to be for your hips. When I started this, I was out like a duck, and now I'm pretty much hip width. Whatever works for you. Let's take the right hand, reach it to the mat, all 5 fingers. Left arm reaches up, a little bit of a twist. Look in the direction that you're reaching. Remember to breathe. Pay no attention to the zombie trying to get out of his crypt back there. Back to center, left arm reaches. Tricep inside the knee or the shin. That creates the twist. Plant the fingers and reach. Remember to breathe. And hands down. Let's plant the mat. Reach up with the hips. Bring the feet hip width. Let's find any grip we can, whatever grip we like, and pull for a forward fold. I'm going big toes. Engage the quads. Lean forward a little bit, but don't fall on your melon. And then exhale. Relax the hamstrings and pull, pull, pull. Use your biceps, not your shoulders. Remember to breathe. Let's bring it up halfway. One more. You can do a deeper grip or that one again, or just hang. Whatever works for you. Exhale, forward fold. I'm gonna step on my hands. Shift forward a little bit and pull with a flat back. And when you have to round, make sure you're using your biceps for the pull, not your shoulders. For 3, 2, 1, hands on the mat. Let's heel toe them out a little bit. Probably face the side of your mat for this one. However it works. Let's get at least double hip width. Hands on hips, flat back. Rise up. Reach. Turn the heels in. Goddess. Hands can go where they need to. Go as low as you can without bending forward. So that might mean you're real high, might mean you're pretty low. Whatever works for you. Engage. If you're really cool, you'll lift one heel and then the other heel. Maybe both heels. And then hands on knees. Push away so you're not jammed into your shoulders. And let's do a little twist looking left. Exhale as you turn. Pulling with the left, pushing with the right thumb, looking over the left shoulder. Again, try not to jam it up. Back to center and the other way. Looking to the right, pulling with the right, pushing with the left thumb. Remembering to breathe. Back to center. Rise up. Feet parallel, if not a little bit pigeon style. Hands on hips, flat back, forward fold. Should feel it big time in the hamstrings. Get as low as you can, like you want to hit your head on the mat. Place your left hand under your head and then drive it away. This should give us a flat back. We kind of set it up first. Now push, and the right arm will reach. If you have a hard time getting this twist, use your elbow first and let your hand follow. So we'd like a straight line from one wrist down to the other. Remember to breathe. And look down. Bend all the way down again, as low as you can get. Right hand under your face. Push. 2 straight arms. Reaching the left. And remember to breathe. Trying to twist your shoulders, not so much your hips. So if you feel yourself getting funny with the hips and buns, kind of pull them back into place and use that right hand as the drive to push up for the twist for 3, 2, 1. Down again, hands to the mat. Let's find a flying monkey. So on the right side, toes turn out a little bit, drop down, lift the back heel. If you come up off that heel, no problem. You're still stretching this adductor and some of this hamstring. If you can get down flat on that heel, good for you. You might be like me and you need a counterbalance out front so you don't land on your buns. That's fine. While you're at it, you can make a cool little symbol with your hands, you know, like a bat. I would say butterfly, but it's Halloween, so this is a bat. Oh. All right. When you're ready, back to center. Shift into the left. Remember, turn your left toes out a little. Come down. Maybe you start with the heel up. Find your perfect angle and then settle. Remember to breathe. When you're really low in this, usually the calf of your straight leg is touching the mat. That means you're about as low as you can get. That means your buns are like an inch or less from the ground. Remember to breathe. Try to have a straight back, but not necessarily vertical. That could knock you over. and back to the center. Let's go a little bit wider with our feet. Let's reach across with the left. Grab anything you can. Hand on the small of the back for one more twist. Try to have a flat back if you can. If you find yourself really rounded to get the grip, maybe come out of that straddle. Remember to turn. And switch it out. Right hand across, any grip you can. I like outside of the ankle. Other hand on the small of the back. Push and twist. Remember to breathe. For 3, 2, 1. Hands on the mat. Let's heel toe those feet together. Couple of more flowing movements. Rise up nice and slow. Let's face the front of the mat. Couple of more flows, and then we'll sit and do a spooky stretch. Chair pose, hips back. Look down so you can see your toes. If your knees are over your toes, it means there's too much weight forward. As low as you can be with your back flat. Reach up. Hands to center. Nice and easy. We're gonna step the right foot back to a lunge. We're gonna get as low as we can though this time. Really low, leaning forward. Now, palms forward. Keep the hips low. Try to pull your shoulders over your hips. They might not make it, but you should feel a big stretch in that flexor. Hold it for just a second and breathe. Now straighten both legs. Turn the back foot out. You might step it up a bit. Face forward again. And pyramid pose. Down with a flat back, as low as you can go. Maybe it's not very low. Maybe you're actually bracing. Maybe you have blocks. If you can get really low, allow yourself to round. Maybe forehead to knee. Keeping the hips pointed forward. And again, if you have to adjust the depth of this stance, go for it. Remember to breathe. Now we're going to try to twist this baby. Maybe here, maybe on your shin, maybe all the way across the foot, and reach the left arm. 2 straight legs. Not too much of a bend in the back for 3, 2, 1. Stepping it up. Finding chair. Remember to breathe. If you can't see your toes, shift your hips back a little bit. As low as you can be without rounding your back. And when you're ready, nice and easy, stepping the left foot back into the left. Really low lunge, low as you can go. Lean over that front leg if you have to. Turn the palms forward, shoulder blades together. Stay in the lunge and try to put your shoulders over your hips. They might not make it, that's okay. Should be a big stretch on that hip flexor on the left. And remember to breathe. When you're even on both sides, straighten both legs, adjust the back foot as you need to, hips forward, pyramid pose, leaning over the front leg as far as you can. If you're down low enough, maybe rounding knee to nose, maybe chin to shin, whatever feels good. Keep pulling the hips square. If they feel like they're opening, pull the right hip back. It's just a hamstring stretch on the front leg. And when you're even on both sides, let's step it up. Feet together, chair pose. Couple of more standing moves and we stretch. Let's find the middle of the mat for standing bow pulling, also called dancer's pose. We're gonna move in this the whole time. So if you feel like you're falling forward, good, you're supposed to. Right hand out, like somebody's giving you 5. Reach back and pick up the right foot. Try to bring the knees back in line. Reach with the left. And as you reach forward, keeping the fingers at eye level, kick with the right. Kick and reach. Kick and reach. Kick and reach. If you're gonna fall forward. Kick and reach, kick and reach, kick and reach. Bend your leg if you need to. Right into half moon. That's kind of spooky. So remember, in half moon, we're trying to stack shoulders and hips. You might not get them perfectly stacked, but keep lifting the high leg, the right leg, peeling the toes back. Maybe you're on a block, maybe you're floating, whatever works for you, but try to get sideways. Right hip over left, right shoulder over left. When you're ready, stepping it down. Quick forward fold. Rise up. Let's repeat on the other side. Left hand out, like somebody's giving you 5. Keep the thumb out as you reach. Pick up the inside of the left ankle. Try to line the knees back up. You don't want them out of position here. Right arm up, one straight line. Kick as you reach. Kick as you reach. Should be sort of an opposing force to keep you balanced. Kick as you reach. Kick and reach, kick and reach, kick and reach, kick and reach. And if you fall forward. Right hand down. Left arm up. Left leg up. Imagine you're stacking your shoulders and your hips. If you fall out, get right back in. Sideways, almost like you're leaning back on a wall. Keep peeling the left toes for 3, 2, 1. Setting it down, feet together. Squat again. Garland pose. It's a lot like Yogi Squat, but it requires a little bit more compression. And I like to reach back and grab my own heels as kind of like a lift and a stopper to keep me from falling back. So feet are together, relatively flat on the mat. Maybe heels are up. I find that grip, and then I'm trying to look forward, trying to straighten the back. It can be pretty hard if you're bound up with your arms in front of your legs, but don't round it. Try to keep lifting your chest. Remember to breathe. And let's have a seat. Butterfly stretch, or maybe a bat stretch. Heels in close to the groin. Soles of the feet together. I like to grab all 10 toes and then all 5 fingers. Pull forward, leading with your chest, and then try to pull your own knees down to get that adductor stretch. If you're really high, maybe pull the feet out a little bit. If you're really tight, maybe one at a time, push those knees down. Or if you can, use your elbows. These are tight muscles because they're meant to keep our legs under our hips. So they can be really hard to stretch, especially with just the weight of the knees, just using gravity. Leaning forward. Remember to breathe. Always best to stretch once you've done your vinyasa and you're warm, because the tissue viscosity is low and you get more bang for your buck. And when that feels good, real quick, stretch the hip. Right knee points forward. Left knee goes over. Let's lean and push. So that might mean you're way up here, barely leaning and barely pushing. What we want to do is stretch that outside of the hip, like we're doing pigeon pose. Engage the toes. I like to kind of lean on this. This is like something you can do while you're watching TV. Stretching can be boring, but it has to be done consistently. So this grip is like palm to palm, left hand on top, rest the forearms, and then kind of lean on it. Remember to breathe. You can wiggle your other heel out of the way if it's keeping you too high. And again, it's okay if you're way up here because your hip is tight. Just push a little. Take it easy. Remember to breathe. The more body weight you put on it, the bigger the stretch will be. So if it feels a little too tight, back away. And when that feels good, switch it out. Remember, the hip takes a lot to stretch because it's such a huge group of muscles. If you want to stay longer, press pause and stay longer. See if I care. I got Halloween candy to eat. Right over left. Remember the left thigh points forward in front of you. About at the ankle, engage the foot. Lean forward. I like to lead with the chest. You might find this getting lower and lower. If this is rough on your knee, maybe you back out and kind of pull it toward you. You got to make this your yoga. Everybody's body is different. I've been doing this quite a while now, and there are so many poses I just still can't do. It's like my body won't let me, and that's okay. That's why we have so many poses. You'll find one that works for you. Sounds like the zombie is back, so just focus on your yoga. Remember to breathe. Leaning as much weight in as possible, maybe moving the other foot a little bit forward, out from the way of your thigh, so you can really lean in. When we're even on both sides, we're going to finish with one forward fold, and then, of course, because it's Halloween, corpse pose. Facing the front of the mat, feet out in front, move those buns out from under you, toes pull back like they're pressing on the wall in front of you, back starts out straight, it'll round later, but first let's exhale and reach as far as we can with the back relatively flat, find any grip we want, and exhale as we pull. And again, that grip could be really high, that's okay as long as you have a bind, something that's helping you pull using more than just the gravity and the weight of your back. Even here, we want the shoulders off the ears, so don't jam yourself up. That just takes away energy that you could be putting into the stretch. Remember to breathe. Every time you inhale, you create some tension. Every time you exhale, you create some depth. Lower and lower as you go. I always encourage people to keep stretching, even when I'm done here, if that's what feels good. Because this is where you're really going to retrain those nerves in the muscles for flexibility, if that's your goal. And when that feels good, we'll come out nice and easy. From there, we're going to fall back for a short corpse pose. So remember, feet out wider than the mat, arms roughly matching that angle, laying all the way down. What's important here is that you focus on the tension, or the pressure rather, where you're feeling it in the body. So everybody's different. I feel at my heels, calves, buns, shoulders, back of the head, triceps, and knuckles. But depending on your shape, those could all be different things. But imagine every time you exhale, letting stress drain out of those points that contact the ground. Close your eyes, feet probably flop out. You might even have to bring your scapula together and give yourself a little bit of a back bend to make that lower back comfortable as we said here. We'll just take a couple of deep breaths doing an inventory of how we feel, starting with the toes. Moving up the foot past the ankles and the shins and the knees, quads, hips and groin area, through the stomach, the hands, the forearms, upper arms, shoulders, through the chest, the neck, the jaw, the face to the top of the head. One big breath. And there we go. Up nice and easy, the easiest way you can. Back to the seated position where we started. You made it. You're so brave. You survived the award-winning Halloween flow. It's an award that I give out, and I'm actually the only entrant, but it's still an award. What's actually fun, to make sure you don't skip yoga during holidays, is to just do something goofy. Put on some corny tights, get some candy. That goes for Christmas, Thanksgiving, your birthday, whatever. Make it fun, but don't allow yourself to skip your practice. Consistent practice is a habit, but so is skipping practice. Happy Halloween, everybody. Don't forget to like and subscribe and ring the spooky little bell.
But the whole point of the machine is to relieve you of that suffering.